I if the recording ends one more time, I am switching this footage to my iPad. Oh, well, that's new.
Okay, once again, I'm gonna explain it to you like this. If someone is drunk in your home,
Yeah.
acting weird, you're not to go ahead
And do y'all remember this?
you're not supposed to physically remove them from your home. You're not supposed to touch them. You are supposed to ask them to leave and then call the police.
So this was released after, like, 1 year after I was
Like I said, I'm just
born.
giving you examples of behavior. I'm not saying anything. You know, for
Or
me,
1 year
that's
before I was born.
extensive details. Like you would make you a party to eventually. You don't need to be a party to it. You haven't witnessed yourself. So the only thing you would say is like, hey, so I'm just letting. Like, that's, so now you have full disclosure. Well, it's like things that I like to, like, you know. No, it does not affect you. Though, if you ever put me through the same thing, like it, and it would have to be more than just like, hey, I was that drunk, you had a difficult night or whatever. Not that I think you ever would, right? But if anybody ever did, well, no, you know what? That's not true. I'm gonna explain this to you. I'm not doing this again, right? So I've learned my lesson. I see how it is. I probably have less tolerance now for people under the influence of drugs and narcotics than I ever did. I don't have much compassion.
How do I die?
I can tell you after this experience because I feel utterly betrayed. In a deep sense. That I have been working to try and help this person, to try and keep them out of trouble, to try and keep them safe for a very long time, in spite of themselves. Right? I've been a friend to this person, and so on and so forth. And for her to turn around and try and accuse me of something that clearly didn't do because these officers there what she did. Right? And obviously they knew what she was doing. Because she did that. And especially because like I don't know if they were gearing up for that with the thing with the sister and her bringing up like the incident with her with the whole cheater thing.
Did y'all see me clip from the wall?
Regardless of that situation, I would never do that. If anybody ever did anything,
Wow.
I wouldn't ever call them.
There's a bacon here. Oh, that's the day I was born. Wow.
That attacks you on a regular basis, you will not get the benefit. Like, you will not get me trying to minimize and marginalize the impact. So, that is something I have to admit to you. So I will never do that. If we have a family member or a friend, and they ever put me in that position where they're drunk, intoxicated, and they are behaving in a way that makes me or my child feel unsafe, I'm going to immediately call the police. I'm not going to give them a pass. I'm not going to be like, you're my buddy. I should try and make sure that you stay out of trouble. Right? No. None of that is ever happening again. So yes, it does affect how I treat you. What I'm telling you does affect how I treat you. You would never get that treatment because I will just call the police. So I guess I should warn you. And I don't feel bad about saying it. I've changed. Like I will never allow myself to be a victim to my own kindness in that respect. Would I? And I won't physically engage somebody in that condition either. I am just my resource to call police. Unless
Oh no.
immediately send a threat to you They are immediately in the process of trying to harm or you or Archer. I will obviously act on that as I feel necessary without any. But if not, I am definitely if someone shows up at my door and they seem like they're high, they seem like they're angry, I'm not going to try and engage them anymore. I am
What?
So I guess now I'm a super duper little
It
dog.
didn't just disappear.
In that instance, with that, like if I had to go back that day where wherever James Noel were in that room and she like freaked out on me, if I was the person I am today, I would just call the police. Even though we were on, like I would just call the police and been like, because I tried to protect her too. Oh no, I did. Like she was like, well.
Of course, that's what it does.
So my last two major girlfriends were alcoholics. That's not suitable. Noelle is much more high.
It came out straight from the wall.
And then do weird things like I'd come home from work and she'd be like, I was working at my job doing my satellite communications thing. I'd come into the house and she'd be like, what the hell is this doing? She's like, oh, well, I was talking to the dude that we met over the weekend when we were at the concert, and he just happened to be trying to offer this.
Oh.
This is the relationship, right? And I mean, here's the thing. I was like,
Wait a second. Oh no.
I basically took all of her stuff.
Oh.
People do that all the time. Because they're looking for like throwing out appliances and their neighbors. I'm like, this is got to run into all the trash. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta go. But I don't want to put it in my car because I get pulled over on my car. I have all these roads.
My sauce really wanted me to die.
Walk down the street, right? And like I could take them and just dump them in a dumpster or something. This is a great plan. What happened? I'm walking down the street, like I said, I'll do it like late at night. So if I do it like late at night, right? Then there's a lesser chance of somebody seeing me do it, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, get rid of these, right? I threw a bunch of it down, but this is like all the stuff that she had. Like I was getting rid of it. Like getting rid of these. Oh no, this is funny. This is so funny. This is hilarious. This is funny. Oh yeah. Oh, the whole thing. Oh yeah, the whole thing. I did it. But I was in it, so it wasn't like I was getting away. I was part of the problem. So, being a dad changed me a lot, and a lot of things changed me a lot. Seeing Becky and seeing what Charles has done to her changed me a lot too. So, I'm doing this, right? So right as I'm doing this, like all of a sudden there's a cop car coming down, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm holding this giant bag of coke. So I ran into like a bush, right? And I'm like, oh man, I could throw this over the fence to this house, but what if they go ahead and they'll go past the house? So I'm like, holy shit, what am I gonna do? Right? Now, of course, obviously, a guy walking down the street and then all of a sudden darting into bushes while the cop car's down the road, of course they're gonna come. Like, I'm like, well, you're thinking of my logic on this, like, that's not. So I took the bag and I tied it up to the highest part of the big tree, because this was like a firm, it was a big bushy bush, like it was like thing, and I tied it to a branch at the top of the tree while I was back there, and then I came out, right? And then the police, of course, stopped me, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you in this bush? What are you doing? What the hell's going on? And I'm like, oh, I was walking down the street, and I had to pee, but I've been, I think I told you, I've been drinking that night or whatever, and I really had to pee, man. Like, I'm almost home, myself out in public, and I peed in the bush. And I told this to the cop. And the cop was like, uh, oh, okay, okay, right? Like, that he's like, don't, he's like, whatever you do. He like went back there, he looked on the ground with his little flashlight, he looked around, he didn't think to look up and into the tree.
Looks
Right?
back
He
there.
looked around, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, okay, well, you know what? He's like,
Oh.
we don't like people peeing on the street in this neighborhood over here. Blah, 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 blah. You need to do better next time. You just pee where you came from, or you wait till you get home. You're like only like 3 blocks away from your home. You could have waited. And blah. So he gave me a lecture. He's like, I'm not going to do anything. This is a warning. I have a catch peeing out in public. I'm like, okay, dude. Thank you. So of course.
Come on. Come on.
Now I'm sitting here like
Come on.
about the stupid thing. So.
Just break the game.
This time I said screw it. I drove my car.
What?
To the nearest like gas station.
I love them.
No.
Hey, that's the cover image. Oh. Oh no, that's how far it goes.
It was a pretty big. It was about the size of a normal grocery bag. A normal grocery bag with a drawstring. Like there's absolutely no way I was gonna leave that thing in the bush. So that was like over 10 years ago. That was over 10 years ago. I got rid of that stuff. Like, but you know, at the time it was like I was protecting her well because like she had some of the stuff in her film containers and her name was on it. Like, and it was stuff that she'd acquired illegally but she was putting in there. And I'm like, this is my kind of the gathering mind in all things. It's like I'm really protecting her because I don't have all this stuff. She was mad. I threw out all her drugs. But I'm like, look, I don't know what could happen. The cops didn't come over here. A lot of stuff. This is before she came back with James. Eventually, we organized with Wayne where she would come back when I wasn't there and she would pick up her stuff and she'd leave whatever. So this was between the period of that thing and when we were moving. I was all messed up like that. Yeah. Been a bit messed me up for a good like year. And about a year I was addicted and messed up on it stuff. It is addictive. Yeah. So it's been a long road.
Don't be crushed by the no clipping wall.
It's like, what is it like as far as like all the stories and everything that's happened here? Like I can tell you them in full detail, but I think in the situation you're in right now, I think I've already said too much. Like, but I wanted you to be aware of everything. But no.
Where did it? Ah! What is that? Wait, no.
Protect like archers, you know, and I'm just not. I would never have floated any of this as long as I have. Like I do feel a lot of remorse. I feel a lot of regret.
Yay, the pool on my bucket.
Like it's sort of like it was like a
When
everything happened the way that it happened here, and she did that. What is the thing? I know he loves you, but
It said I own it forever, but I don't.
And so it's like being woken up from a spell. All of a sudden, I just feel really dumb. I feel dumb that I ever let it happen. I feel dumb that things have become this. And I don't feel that now because it just happened that the nature of the events is lined up, and you are like the universal lotto of girlfriends. Like, no, not that you're rich or anything like that. You're such an amazing, tremendous person. I'm sure there's some people like, oh, I'm the richest girlfriend in the world, not a girlfriend. That's not what I'm talking about. So, so now
It's the wall.
Roughly 90. I say it's more like 90.
Of course it
I have
is.
stories. I have Becky stories like that. I have kind of crazy Becky stories. Go all the way back. And well, obviously the Elon chunk is probably the happiest of craziness. So I have Becky stories. And when things got out of hand before, I would actually leave, like Leonard would leave for this.
I think I know why Speeding Wall was updated. Oh no! Oh no! You're fine, but the wall is angry. 3, 2, 1. Oh no. You're fine. 3, 2, 1. You were fine, but now the wall is angry. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Now you're not fine. 3, 2, 1. Am I fine? Am I? What? No, no. What? The limes kill you? No. No. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. What?
Like now but it wasn't like that before. A switch had to be triggered. But I always knew I was heading towards that switch. So from a very young age, like as early as I've gotten here, my earliest childhood memories are knowing that it's like being you're not familiar with the concept, it's called an isekai. Like what's in the premise of an isekai is a Japanese thing, and they do it all the time. There's like a million of them because Japanese are more it's more Eastern culture, so they believe in reincarnation, they believe in stuff. And in Japanese culture, in isekai, like somebody dies in the real world, like in modern day, and then they end up in a fantasy world or a different place, right? And then they have to start like making their way to that new world. My earliest memories on this earth, right, are being a child looking out into being in my crib, looking out into the street.
Avalanche, avalanche, bring,
But
bring,
no,
bring,
this wasn't my first story.
bring,
So
bring,
I didn't know what I did before
bring,
progress. Like, oh, I was 40 years of student shit like people do. I don't know that. I think maybe that's just a little ego trip, right? And being mental. It wasn't anything like that. It was like knowing. And then my whole life, like even when I was young, it's like knowing with my dad, like, hey dad, tell me as much as you can about it. Knowing, like my dad was the guy who got me. My dad was the guy. So this is it. So I was with this person. And then one day, everybody's so close. And then you realize they're not.
Wait, the wall is moving. I was like 4 turns away, man.
But most of my life, I was like, I was an atheist.
Um,
Well, I was raised.
I don't know what to do.
I'm like, there's no God. I don't need God in my life.
Hopeless, hopeless.
My conscious thing, but my feeling was different.
I'm gonna be fine. Yeah. Wait, did somebody press the button?
That I had to open my mind somehow. I knew I had to like
No.
switch. And I even
Do it.
I told, so I said like I told my
Bang!
something that, you know, I have this like intuitive sense and like this thing, but I don't really know what it is. My mom said it was this the eye. Sometimes I feel like I know like what I just feel like I know when things happen. That's crazy, right?
Bing, 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 bing.
Trust me, it's difficult. Like, you don't know when it's your head that you have like when to sort it out. I didn't have any of that. I didn't get into that until later. So like I told my ex-wife, I'm like, you know, that this is funny because I wasn't aiming to like when I met Noah, I was aiming to like when I get out, I'm going to take like I'm going to take these trips. I'm gonna see like LSD as much as
Wait.
I want to know what that is.
No, Bro was thinking he was gonna survive, but he didn't. Wait, what?
Archer, AFCS or bake?
What?
Or bread? What do you want to eat, dude?
Oh
I
no.
gotta feed you.
It's gonna break.
Archer, I gotta feed you. What do you want?
I'm playing Roblox, so.
Okay, when you can't just play video games, you have to eat food. What do you want to eat? I'm gonna take your tablet away if you don't tell me what you want. You can do what you want. You can play Roblox while you're eating your food, but what do you want to eat? It's gonna take a while to make your food. The longest thing it'll take me to make.
I'm not.
You want me to make?
Well, I'll have to.
Because it'll take 30 minutes for me to make bake. And then you can play Roblox for longer. Will that work? All right, I'm gonna go make bake. I'm gonna make a bake. I'm gonna put my headphones on.
Is that a bad face? Oh, it is. It is. It is. Someone gonna press the button. Somebody's gonna press. Oh no! Oh God.
So, back to this whole thing. strangely enough, I went to a concert because I just wanted to go to a concert. I wasn't going to a concert. I mean, I guess I was I always wanted to do that because, I always wanted to explore that thing. And then when I first started doing that part, she got me over more stuff. Then I started my mind started coming out. But years ago, it went on for years, like maybe like that was that didn't do anything. It opened my mind. They did whatever. But it was really catalyst. But then it removed the blocks that I had, conscious blocks that I had, because it made me crazy. But when I say it made me crazy, let me explain what it did. It removed the inhibitions. It removed the me saying, oh, that can't be, or that, or he only that. It removed all of those things, right? And then when those things were removed, that's when I had the energetic reaction. And I told you about that. So I was driving around in my car, and I felt this like energy that had to pull over on the side of the road, and it was like being electrocuted. It was a very painful experience. Like my coming to was like literally, I felt like I was being electrocuted. Like nerves in my body, everything was just hurting and crying out, and like just but energy. It felt like energy. It felt like coursing through my body, but it was very like it was like all of a sudden you don't have a sense, and it wakes up, and it's like you've never used it before, so it's sensitive as like as if you're hearing. All of a sudden you were hearing for the first time, if you were a deaf person, you'd be like, holy shit, what's all this stuff? Like it was like that. But I didn't know what it was at first, so I mean, it was weird.
Well, without that guy, I'm stuck here.
She's probably right. There's something with the moon.
So I'm gonna. That gave me a rush of nostalgia.
It sort of affects, like it's not much, but it affects the flow of energy here on Earth. Like there's some kind of magnetic field. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really understand. I'm not saying all I know is that like I put like they have those like thermal blankets like that are kind of made of it. And when I went into that, I got the room. We went to and I did this in the back.
Hey.
Yeah, master. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna explain why. Like, I didn't know at the time myself. Because remember, I was in a lot of pain. I had all this energy like going through my body. Like I thought I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was haunted. I thought I was. These were my three options. I was haunted. I was possessed.
Oh God, why? Why? Why?
It wasn't until like later I was able to kind of like figure things out. But there's the whole saga of what had happened in order for me to start to figure things out. And oh yeah, I'm making bacon. Hold on. The oldest bake. You are the bake that's getting baked today. So that experience, like, so yeah, I rubbed one out on the side of the road in the back of my car. So the reason is that, and Ollie, I talked to you about this before, so you realize this too, is that having sex, believe it or not, releases a lot of energy, right? So that whole thing of around you, and it actually disperses it, releases it. So if you don't, and that's why Ollie was like talking like he's like I abstain because I know it allows me to keep my energy that intensity.
What?
So by me doing that, I was basically dispersing energy. I was getting some of that energy that was lacking in my system, and like taking care of it. So, but it was a very scary experience. So you know what I thought it was? I told you, like possession, like there was the number of haunting, like I was haunted, or I had a lot. So at that point, and from there, I looked into getting an EEG. I went to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, all right, trying to get a brain scan, like I was trying to get them to give me not completely, like I was trying to get them to get me a brain scan to see if I had any neurological damage.
That's what happens if you go outside of the map.
Social worker, this all happened this was before, right? The social, and that's also, I would like to explain to you that time right before I met them. Like, so this is like, this was the summer of 2015 through the fall. I met Becky immediately after I returned to work. I returned to work from Mexico. I got medically cleared, I got psychologically cleared, and I returned to work, right? So,
Beep. Yay, break it, you break it.
we'll get to the story. I'm not going to answer that question directly, so I'll explain it. We are going to get to it. I'm going to explain why, but I would like to explain it in the right context. You're going to get the answer that you want. Right? But I want to, I would really like to walk you into why the answer is important. It's not important to you because it's important to me. Because right now, I know that you can't really process what I'm doing, and maybe in your mind it's still like, oh, like what happened with Theo is probably just a coincidence. The things are coincidence. I know how the unawakened works because I used to have it. So I understand the logic in which you operate on. What I'm more concerned about is that one day you figure out that there is something going on. Like if you really believe and you figure it out. You see enough evidence that like how did Chris know that? Or how is this going on? Or what is going on with another person? Or maybe you're even able to feel it from me. And because you start to begin to understand what it is, I'm worried that you might try and actually repeat the thing. So I'm going to explain to you the whole process of how I've arrived at where I'm at, but I'm not going to answer your question. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. I'm not worried about that right now, but you never know what could happen in the future. Well, look, I know. There's something. Okay. Let me explain to you how.
10,000.
So, I go through that whole. So I'm going through this whole experience. Yeah, I understand.
That's actually just stuck scrolling and scrolling.
I'm trying to explain to you a lot.
You can't interact with it.
And you want me to simplify things? I can, but you probably do want to try to simplify things. Okay. So, like I told you previously, I know I mentioned this before, I was trying to solve the mystery of what this feeling was around me, like, and what was happening in my body. Because there were other things going on. I was having super high elevated heart rates, like, all this stuff. I checked in and they're like, oh my God, like what is, like, even the doctor was working on it. Well, we're talking about how I ended up in the mental ward. So when the social worker came in, and I wasn't cooperating with the social worker. I wouldn't talk. She's like, she didn't like that. She's like, he's coming in.
That lag effect was the effect of the can breaking.
The hospital requested me to depression because of, obviously the breakup. So it's really a lot about mental health things like that. They're like, you're suffering depression, but you're not cray cray, and you have nothing more logical going on. Well, that's good. you know, but I had to stay in under observation for like 7 days for mental. And I was terrible. That's where I actually first learned that I don't like alcoholics. Because there were people that were alcoholics and stuff like that that were in there, and we had to have like these like group therapy sessions, and they would come out, and they only made me go to group therapy session once. Because here's what happened: they put me in a group therapy session, and the alcoholics were there, like, this person did this person did that, and that's
Of course I die.
I'm like, and I listened to them talk. And I realized by this time, like I'd already started like looking into Jung and stuff. So this is happening over the course of like a month. This isn't happening like in days or weeks. Like I'm just giving you the highlights. And I'm like, you guys ever think I'm hearing? You guys are talking about everybody else. You're talking about the liquor. I never hear you guys saying I did this. Like I never hear you guys taking any kind of responsibility. I never hear you guys saying it's my fault that I'm in this shitty position. It's the world, it's the universe, it's your parents, it's your friends, everything else. Like never, ever, ever. And that's when I began to realize that's how the alcoholic mind works. And now I've pretty much confirmed that. Like you're incapable of taking responsibility for your actions. And that's why your life is shit. And I told them that. And anyways, the therapy staff felt that I was being insensitive to the other patients, and I no longer had to participate in group. Right? Like realize I was a functioning 6-salary figure paid adult. Like I didn't like really, you know. I'm like, and I do like I said, I believe in radical responsibility, but that's not that. That developed into something else later. And I'm gonna explain. So, needless to say, I went to New York. I visited my old neighborhood. I talked to my old priest when I was a kid. I talked to the rabbi at the local yeshiva. I talked to the monk at my local Buddhist temple out here. I was trying to figure out what was going on. And then I finally
Oh, come on.
between being in Chicago with Marissa and the trip back and talking to her, Marissa had these experiences too of energy. She was also crazy, so I didn't believe a word that she said. And she said, did you ever think like that, because I
Well,
know
now it
I
looks more like a button.
that what you're feeling is really you. And I'm like, how could that be? And then I started looking into that possibility. And then I found out there's a lot of evidence. If you get into the occult, if you get into older knowledge and esoteric knowledge, there's a tremendous amount of evidence out there that that possibility could be the case. That it could actually be me that I'm feeling. And then
That's me when I was a kid in the classic version.
way you interact better. But it also makes it very fun. It activates part of your brain that makes it more potent and feel, right? So
I think I was 7 the last time I played it.
So I had those experiences now with Rebecca where we were
0385.
we would be like on the opposite side of the bed and feeling the force across our body and then coming together after that. It was a tremendous experience for her and a tremendous experience for me, right?
0810.
Wait, what? Stop what? Oh, I'm gonna get them. I can't. Did you ever stop recording? Okay. Patience. Don't let your ears ride on questions. Let me unfold.
4114.
So that went on for a while. Becky actually got independent too. She started taking all of mine. And I didn't have it. And I mean, she would like go in through my stuff and start taking anything I had. Like Becky would just kind of sift through.
5540.
And I warned her. It wasn't too expensive. None of it was traditional. I had lots of money. You have to remember, I was making $100,000.
Okay.
And I've been making $100,000. I was still sending tens of thousands of dollars to my consumption. So I had way more money. Like I would make easily about 10. You know how much you're making right now? I'd probably make about 2 to 3 times more. Probably closer to John. I don't know what John is. No, probably even more. I was making a lot of money. Like I was getting per diems and all that stuff. I had a war chest. I had tons of money. I was making lots of money. And me and Noel paid for So the money situation was totally. And I had tremendous connections too. So whatever she was using for mine wasn't a big deal. I had her. She was giving me more, just as much as I was giving her. You know, worse than she could get from me. She was swimming in probably some of the cleanest, like, stuff I've ever seen. It was perfect. So it was what I needed. So, eventually, what Becky had was not enough. I wanted to move forward because it was obviously enhancing my ability to do this. And I didn't know what this thing was, but I just wanted to know. I wanted to understand. So I went on retreats. Expensive. So I went to facilities around the world. I went to Costa Rica. There was a facility there where I was able to take what's called Boca. And then Boca's where I went and there's another aspect of it. We'll walk around back to that. There's some pictures that Marcus brought over my house right as I was kind of waking up. And I talked about those stuff. There was a whole trip to Ireland over it. But so I was now like traveling the world, going to these labs and having them give me more stuff.
What do you mean, don't not?
That's what I wanted to do. Right. And it got to a point, and then you know what happened? Archer was born. Yes. Then but you have to understand, even as he's doing that, I was even as he was pregnant. So I was able to feel his energy from the womb. I was able to which got me because I didn't find this out till later. I didn't find out till Aaron when he told me about his awakening. Right? That was the guy who I knew where to meet in the place. So the triggers are sensory deprivation at birth. Often can lead a person to a sensitivity because I'm assuming they have to use sense. There has to be a genetic predisposition to it. So there has to be a set of criteria to occur that these are the ones I have. The other one is trauma. Extreme trauma. Like mental trauma that can almost break the mind. Like will also activate these activities. And I don't know if that's a survival thing or a function, but I know that that's another because that's an key, and that is effective. Because this is what effective. So I opened my mind. It also made me totally screwed up my brain chemical balance. It totally jacked up my brain. Um, so the other one is mental trauma, and I don't know if it has to be mental trauma because apparently he was also taking similar substances, and he said
Don't
this
die.
energy came over. But you know what he interpreted it as? He, in his mind, that energy was God, and that God had come there, and that the energy that he was when he touched people, he moved them, and put that feel. That wasn't him. That was God. So you remember when I said I had problems identifying what it was? He decided to run back home to Christianity, and he decided to believe that it was God. It's him, but that's not how it is. But that's another story. He can play his faith hero cultist, doing his thing all day long. How he wants to live. I don't know. So our children, I realized I had my tattoo at this point. And this changed my
Too shit.
realized I had a really strong father connection. Like I said, I could strongly feel it. Like because I'd gone and I'd explored and I'd met people. Like I met Ollie too, and Ollie told me of his experience. I don't know if Ollie had natural relate to it, but he was able to relate to it. He was walking up the mountain of Great Falls, and we were kind of like walking through it. And me and him talked about the story of like how he came into the energy, like and with him he was wonderful. He is a influence on us, and how he came into the energy and his experience with another girl, her girl that I was describing to you in Becky, like the electromagnetic foreplay, how he had that experience with another girl around the campfire, right? But as we were walking in the forest, me and him started talking, and then so like out there doing ayahuasca and sanitation. So that's mescaline, basically. And mescaline and DMT, one is from a plant and one is from a frog. So the frog one's more powerful. So ayahuasca is DMTMN, and the other one is DMTMO. And so I went on what's called a spiritual retreat where they actually give that to you in Ecuador. So I was working with shamans and stuff like that. So, Ollie told me his story, and his story was um, more of the effect of, we're going to actually take a quick break for me to explain a philosophical thing, because it's really important that I explain this. So when other people encounter things like this, they don't go to ground to say this. If you take this stuff and you equate this to your ego, like, and really heavily, you can kind of go really weird. You're like, oh, I'm some spiritual thing or God's energy, blah, blah, blah. And
Wait, I have an idea.
powers of the moon, the stars, and they've chosen me. I don't have any of those elements.
This might be evil, but oh no.
That makes sense? So it doesn't matter what it is, whatever story I want to tell behind it, or whatever fantasy, or whatever title, or whatever marketing. None of that matters. All that matters is understanding it, understanding how it affects my life, and understanding how I can use it. And how it relates to me. It's the knowing more about myself and knowing more about the world around me. And that's my approach towards it. So it's really important that I get that out of the way, because if you understand that about me, you'll begin getting involved with me in any way, you are getting involved in a thing. You are not just getting involved with me. You are getting involved with a thing. You know, and that's the same thing.
Wow. How nice is that?
It's important for you to know that. Like, and I tried to make that clear to you with the aspect of Becky and what she is, and there will probably be others along the way. I don't know that for sure, but I assume that thus far things have kind of been moving pretty rhythmically. I don't assume that it's just going to magically happen. Hold on real quick. Maintenance is here. Hold on. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, come on. I'm in the process of making bacon for my son, so I'll talk to you from the kitchen. I'm pulling everything off the grill right now. All right. She had mentioned the cabinets, the issue with the thing. I'm not looking to get anything done today. I don't know why she was like jumping all over it, but she did want to jump all over it. The problems I'm having with the cabinets. Yeah, we just quiet. I wish they had vents all over the stoves in here where you could eject the stuff out into the apartment. So that you didn't have all this stuff that apparently when they were designing these places they didn't think of. I guess you can always open the door to the bathroom and pull the vents in the bathroom and pull it out to the things. I do know those ones. They just don't have a hood for the freaking kitchens. Which is weird, but it is. Okay. I'll just let that cool off. So, I was going to her about like the issue I'm having with my girlfriend, something you don't really need to know about. And she started talking about this when we were talking about like lease renewals and stuff. So I have tape over it, but these things are starting.
Don't worry about it. I already know what the problem is. Don't take it out. Just leave it. I know what it is. All of the cabinets will need to be peeled out and then resurfaced.
Yeah, yeah. So I put the tape on there to stop it from getting worse.
From worse, yeah, I got you. I said don't take it out.
Okay, yeah.
I know what the issue is. I can't do anything about it. It's gotta be, that's the only way.
Well, she said something could be done about it. That's why she
No,
wanted
no,
to say that.
the could be done about it is pull it all off and then resurface it.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I told her just get me new cabinets. I don't care.
Everyone. I don't know what she was thinking about, but
You
yeah, but they're not gonna give you, they're not gonna, it's got, that's the only way it can be done. You gotta pull the veneer off of everything.
After you talk to her, I'll follow up with her and
Yeah.
make sure. That's what that was my thinking too. She's like, no, we don't have to. Like, you basically have to change the cabinets.
Yeah,
Okay. So
so
we'll
now
move on to the bathroom.
the drip in the bathroom ceiling and the stain in the ceiling.
Oh, it's not staying in the ceiling. Okay.
Stain in the tub.
They changed the air conditioner out a while back,
Okay.
right? And when they did, they put the new air conditioning unit in.
Mhm.
I don't know how that thing worked. The old air conditioning unit didn't drain every 5 seconds, but this one drains every 5 seconds. And
It
like I
drains
said,
into the tub.
it drains there.
It starts the drain line sucking.
Okay, let me get this man. Sorry. So, yeah, I closed the drain because I don't like stuff coming into the bottom, but I'm gonna explain what the conversation with her was about real quick. So I told her, like, my other bathtub's fine, because she was talking about, oh, you get a resurface every time you do the lease. I don't want a resurface right now. I don't want to be here when you
What? I'm fine.
So I explained to her that it drops and it's making a coppery stain because this tray is a different, this air conditioner that they put in has a different kind of tray, so on and so forth. And this air conditioner is always pouring water out of the stain. The old one only did it occasionally. Yeah. And that it does that and it makes this copper little river and then it kind of wells up over there and then so on and so forth. And that's what the stain is. So I just explained to her the nature of the stain. I was like, beyond that I take good care of tubs. If you look at my other tub over there, it's clean as hell.
Let me get busy on doing what I need to do to.
Oh, you gotta do something.
Rectify that problem. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that there's no. When George did the old air conditioner, he said, "Oh, if that ever does strip, it's because the drain up in the air conditioner is clogged." And well.
Can't answer for George. I can only answer for myself.
Well, no, that's what I'm about to tell you. Though. This is something I noticed, right? So the old air conditioner had 2 feeds coming out connect that drain. And I could be wrong, but from what I can see up there, because I looked at it, he only connected the one that goes to the drop there on the tub. So there, I'm telling you off of that tray, there used to be 2 feeds, and I'm only seeing one up there. So, all right. Okay. But like up there on the tray pan, there's two line feeds that go to that tray pan. I'm telling you, there's only one connected now. The other one's capped off.
Should be 3.
Yeah, I'm only seeing one. That's so. When they put it in, like they really like had it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they
Go on out and see what happens.
yeah, of course.
Then we'll see what happens after then.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'll let you know. Yeah, they dropped the new unit while they were putting it on the sink. That was the thing I was telling you about with the crack on that thing. And then what was the other thing? Yeah, he basically had to call his cousin, and the whole thing was like a whole talk. You ready? I'm gonna get a job with you two, okay? I'll start looking. Alright, in the meantime, Gabby Bacon is ready. You can just get coffee on the table if you want. I'll bring the pillows over so you're covered. Or if you want, I can put on clothes really quick. So, you want to just throw on some clothes, Archer?
Yeah.
And eat with your clothes, because I don't know how long Leroy's gonna be. Here you go. Oh my gosh. Here you go, put your shirt on, set your tablet, I'll grab your pillows so you have your backing. You can sit just be there in a minute.
Well.